since you and I spoke the last time, I've learned so much. It's just like I feel I've been flooded with information. And it all started when I listened to a webinar with Dr. Sharon Goldberg. And you know her. She treats people with EHS, and I mean, she's an expert. This is what she does for a living. And what she said is, she said she's found there's two infections that tend to hold EHS patients back in terms of their healing. The one being tick-borne infections and the other one mold infections. And that put me on a path of investigation, of which I will tell you a lot about. But maybe do you want to just talk about your knowledge on that and what your experience has been in the many years you've been working in this field?
Well, Sharon, to begin with, is just fantastic. I admire her a lot, I must say. And your audience doesn't know it, but together with another lady, Christine Zips, in the U.S., we have worked for nearly 2 years on a documentary about 5G, the fifth generation mobile telephony systems, and we are nearly finished. It's not much more to do, and it will be launched soon, I hope. And Sharon is one of the experts in it. So she is very highly revered by everyone. And as you say, tick-borne infections, mold-mediated infections have been discussed for actually a number of years. I would say more or less from the beginning of the electro-hypersensitive saga, if you say like that.
And what I find extremely interesting, I listened to an interview, I can't remember who the gentleman was, but he explained that because mold is are microbes, they get affected by EMF. And you saying one thing now, the one thing is your immune system is affected by EMF, and we know that it compromises your immune system. But in addition to that, these living organisms in our bodies or microbes are affected by EMF because we are bioelectrical beings. And they've actually done studies where they looked at the growth of mold in Faraday cages and then exposed to EMF, and how it differs and how it quantifies and creates massive toxicity when it's in an EMF environment. So these things are just absolutely fascinating. And I think the penny that dropped for me was the moment you've got any form of toxicity, it worsens electrohypersensitivity symptoms. So when I work with my clients now, I go to great lengths to try and understand what toxicity they're exposed to.